Hi everybody, just wanted to do a little video on the books I'm using for learning Japanese. Actually, all the books I've used since I started. Long time ago when I just started getting into Japanese, I figured it can't hurt to run to the bookstore and pick up a dictionary or something. So I picked the smallest, cheapest book I could find, and Japanese vocabulary, which was fun. You're looking up one word, two words here or there. Um, this kind of has things in sections. Here's parts of the body and stuff like that. And that was fun for a while. I mean, after a while, you wanted to do more, a little more, because all this has pretty much is just words, and I wanted to start using them in sentences. And there wasn't a lot. There's no sentences in here, so I moved on. Um, my first real, I call dictionary, Kondasha's Romanized Japanese English Dictionary. I like this version of a dictionary because it has the words written in Romanji. I don't know if you can see that. You might not be able to focus on it, but it has the words written in Romanji, the Japanese word, and then it has the kanji after that, and then the English translation. Like, I just happen to open a page. The top word is eikaiwa, so it's written in Roman characters, and then in kanji, and then in the translation is English conversation. So I used this for years. I beat it up pretty good, little pencil marks here and there. But yeah, I use dictionary. I think is very important for anybody learning any language. So good thing to have. Um, Nowadays, I use an electronic dictionary, which is on my iPhone. I've had it before. It's called Imiwa. If you look up on the iTunes App Store, IMIWA, Imiwa. That's where I found it, and it's free. It's awesome. I wanted to get into learning sentences more than just words singly by themselves. I started with this book, Colloquial Japanese. I don't even know if this is around anymore. It's kind of old now. You can tell I beat it up pretty good. This has everything written in Romanji, uh, words, phrases. Uh, it's good for learning phrases by memory. Just kore wa pencil desu. This book was very good for a long time just to learn sentences. Next, in the 90s, I took a class at a language school in the city, in New York City. It was pretty cheap. I think I was paying around 250, 270 for a 6-week program. I went to class once a week for 2 hours. Uh, when I was looking around for classes, I looked at Berlitz and another, larger, more famous language study school, and they were, not Japanese specific. They were all languages, and I didn't like Berlitz because the teacher was an American person who probably spoke perfect Japanese, but I just kind of wanted to learn from a Japanese person. So I wound up going to this place called Geos. I believe they're still in business around. I don't know if they're still in New York, but my teacher was Japanese. All the staff, I believe, that worked there, at least most of them were Japanese. My class size at Berlitz, it would have been something like 40 people or 50 people. At Geos, my total class size was, I think the smallest class I had was 3, and the largest class we had was 6. So it was very good for one-on-one learning with the teacher. And we use the Japanese for Busy People. This is an old edition, so I don't know if the new volume 1 looks any better. They probably have a CD with this now, because we went through, I think I went through like 3 or 4 classes. We took out this book, boom, done. Japanese for Busy People starts off everything in Romanji, and hiragana and katakana. So you can read it in any of the 3. There's no kanji in here, at least I don't think there is. All the way in the back? No kanji. But this teaches you all the basics you need. Very well laid out. They have little exercises, fill in the blanks. After every section where they introduced a new bit of vocabulary, there'll be a page or a section where it'll just have the new vocabulary words in in hiragana or katakana, romaji, and then the translation. Sometimes I'll have little pictures, stuff like that. Like how much is this? What is this over there? That over there? Japanese for Busy People Volume 1. We got through that, and then we moved on to Japanese for Busy People Volume 2. This is a newer version. This one had the CD, which was great because just recently I went back and I put the CD into my my iPhone, and I listened to the phrases and sentences and everything, and it's good to hear it in a normal speed of voice. In volume 2, you start on kanji, where after every chapter they'll have the kanji, how to write it, one or two different combinations. But volume 2, start on kanji and slightly more complicated sentence phrasing, and eventually move on to volume 3. I can pretty much do everything in here now. Some of the later stuff gets a little more difficult because they use more and more kanji as you go on. They use what's called furingana, the small hiragana or katakana over the kanji, so you can, if you forget exactly what the kanji is, you can read it. It's almost cheating. I've been trying not to use the furingana when it's there. A lot of social things are also approached in here. These are slightly updated. I think this was from in the 2000s. But let's see, this edition is from 2007, so it's a little old now. They might have had a new edition by now. But with the CD, it's great. Put it on your iPod or whatever, and you can listen to the sentencing. I think those books are great. I mean, I know there's tons of other series of books, and different companies have their own stuff, and they're probably great too, but these are the ones I've been using, just so maybe you can get a little idea of what you think about these. Now doing kanji, which I have been slacking off a lot lately. There's a lot of different methods. People say, oh, use flip cards, use this, use that. I've been using this book, Remembering the Kanji 1. I never even bought the second book just because getting through this book, I've had this book for years and I'm still nowhere near halfway through it. Well, maybe halfway. But I like this because it starts off with the primitives. But they give like a little story on how to remember the kanji by using the primitives. These keywords are pretty close to the real meaning if you look it up in dictionary for the character. The only thing I don't like about this book is you'll learn 2042 kanji. There's a lot of kanji here I've never seen used on TV, at least. I don't know about newspapers. So you might wind up learning a lot of kanji you might never need, but you're going to look really smart when somebody goes, oh, what the hell is that? Those are the books I use or am using. Like I said, for resources in my other video, books are great because you can take them anywhere you want to go and you don't have to worry about battery power. But I also use a lot of online stuff. Those are the books I use, or some of them at least. Like I said, I have more books than that. I didn't want to bring them all in front of the computer right now. But let me know if that helps or if there's any books that you use that you really like. Okay? Thanks a lot.